But now it's time for Tyler's terrible television. So Zach finds that lady's bag and she says, okay, I'm gonna give you a tip, all right. I'm gonna give you a stock tip. Now Zach is like, okay, I know what a stock is and I know what a tip is, but I can't quite put the two together. So she says, look, meet me at the hotel tonight and I'm gonna walk you through. Apparently, I was wrong and it was not the mama. But however, she's giving me a cougar tea. I don't trust no heifer. Why couldn't you meet him with a laptop at the cafe? McDonald's got free internet for all. For all. Or maybe you just got to get a Happy Meal, but you seem like you got money. Back at the bank, the big bone sissy is trying to fix Panty Man's accounts after that sissy ran his pockets. However, Neck Tattoo is whining to the bank heifer about not being able to be up under her bust. She realizes she's made a terrible mistake and doesn't know if she wants to be with Calvin or not, but she knows that a workplace romance is just going to complicate her already unfashionable life. Meanwhile, across town, Gary calls Fatima the Stallion and apologizes to her and asks her to the photo shoot as long as she'll keep it a secret from Andy. She just wants her to go with her, make sure that she get there on time. Fatima's like, I don't like you, but I'll do this for Andy. Everything's always for Andy. For Andy. Why we gotta lift this heifer up? She a lawyer. She don't even need bootstraps no more. She got heels. She can walk her happy butt up the crystal star. So Fatima plays along, and you know Andy is a soft touch, so she's able to go in there and pump her for some quick in for May and volunteers to bring her along. Oh, you're gonna need an assistant girl to be looking all fly. Andy's a pretty girl, but I've never seen her look fly or all fly. Like, I've never even seen part of the outfit fly. Never a shoe, never a shirt. The hair's okay. The hair is okay. Back at the bank, Panty Man shows up and wants to know where his money is, and the big bone sissy says, I told you you were broke as a he-hang. But don't worry, go in there and see the bank heifer, and she'll reverse your accounts. She's the only one that can do it today, so the rent check will clear. And he's like, well, Neck Tattoo better not be in there with her. He better not be in there. The big bone sissy's like, well, I don't know where he is. And instead of the big bone sissy looking around for him, he just goes on and leads Pantyman down the primrose path. And of course, Jacoby is in there. Of course, because he's been trying to get up under Sabrina's snatch since episode 1. So they come out the office and we all stand around awkwardly. Pantyman asks the bank heifer to reverse his charges, and she says, I need a police report. And he's like, oh, this is because of Neck Tattoo. You do it for Neck Tattoo, but you won't do it for me. She's like, no. I almost got fired for doing some round-the-way favors for fools. And Neck Tattoo says, And Neck Tattoo says, look, man, I don't know what your problem is, but I ain't in this. And he says, oh, yeah, you were in her, so you're in this. And Sabrina's like, what are you doing? You need to go get the police report and calm down. Child, he snatches at her like a chauvinist sissy. Neck Tattoo has to step in, and then the sissy shoves him. Jacoby looks at the camera and says, okay, bitch, and gives him a good, and I mean when I say Calvin, like it was an arm flail, Kenya Moore full twirl, fall out. With oh! It wasn't even a scream, it was a no. It was too slow to be voguing, but it was akin to voguing. I don't know who did their fight choreography. But Sabrina says, okay, Jacoby, we can't have you hitting the customers in the bank, so you gotta go. And he said, but the sissy shoved me. However, the big bone sissy steps in and says, yeah, well, this sissy will shove you too, so I suggest you get to stepping. I'm not gonna scream and twirl, I'm gonna make you twist and shout. Panty Man, however, is just on the ground, out cold. Cold and empty like his bed. The bank heifer sees him and takes pity on his sorry self and goes on and reverses his charges so he's got something to wake up to other than a headache. That's the face you make when you like, is that mic on? Is that mic on? Because I'm giving. However, Sabrina threatens to fire the big bone sissy, and he says, oh no, you will be getting fired. Because last time I checked, I did not sleep with a man who wears panties, let him use my vibrator, tell my friends all about it, then sleep with a coworker and have these two men fight over me in the bank. I ain't getting fired because I ain't do none of that. Baby, that was you. That was you. A timeline read. I'm here for it. For once, we got something sincere out of Sissy Perry. So Zach shows up at the law office begging to talk to Fatima the Carly Red if you don't get out of my house. Lord. And he whining, oh, Fatima, you made me feel good. Well, why'd you let Karen make you feel good? If she was making you feel so good, you could have stayed with that good feeling. Karen is mixed emotions at best, disappointment at worst. I just want to talk to you. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. You know, they got to say the same thing 1,500 times. She finally says, okay, I'll think about you coming over tonight. I'm going to think about it, which means he'll be there at 7. And she'll be naked by 7:15. Sad what good back muscles will make you do. So the stallion goes back to get the adulteress, and they head on to the photo shoot. And the adulteress tells her, look, I can't betray Karen. Now, I've always liked Zach. I don't think he's for Karen. I think she could do better, but I always liked him. What does that mean? Like, you like him, but you thought she could do better, but Fatima, you can do less. That ain't that. It's less for you. You can settle for less. You need to build a man, you know. She needs a turnkey home, but you deserve a fixer-upper girl. The read, that was shade. That was shade. Ooh, just sorry. Back at the Big Bone Sissies, Panty Man is wallowing in some Sabrina-induced self-pity. The Big Bone Sissy says, look, it is time to move on, and he decides to get up and cut loose with his bussy tonight, which means I bet you he gonna head down to the gay ball. Back at the bridal shoot, Andy looks like a cheap Tyler Perry bride in beige. Beige. Beige is for your second marriage, and when everyone knows you've had a second marriage. But this is your first wedding, you should be in white. Beige. However, now her heifers arrived. But now Andy's heifers arrive, and they're asked to model bridesmaid dresses. It's awky-boo between Karen and the stallion. But across town, Zach stops by the stock heifer's room, and she tried to put it on him. She's drunky-boo and explains that she's divorcing her senator husband who's leaving her with nothing. So she's taken $50,000 in cash and this stock tip, and she wants Zach to go to several different money order places to get small amount of money orders, put it in a bank account, then invest all of that in the stock. And Zach's like, I've been to prison, and this sounds like a lot of prisoners' stories. And then she said, well, look, I'll let you keep the $50,000. It'll be worth 10 times as much, and then you can pay me back the $450,000, and you just keep that 50. And he's like, why do you trust me and you don't even know me? And she said, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Girl, ain't nobody buying it. I'm glad Zach didn't buy it. It seems like he didn't buy it. You never know, he always likes to return to his stupidity, which is why he can't let Kern go. But he go on and leave. He's like, I'm a pass on this. Good luck. Good luck, heifer. I don't know you, but I wish you well. Back at the photo shoot, Gary pops up with a surprise elopement with her friends. But none of her family, none of his family, his kids ain't there, but this is, the surprise elopement. Ugh. It feels controlling, hackneyed, stiff, and staccato. I mean, Tyler Perry's writing is weaker than wet Kleenex. This entire hour was an experiment in foolishness and self-deceit. I've seen Mona Scott Young plot lines more plausible, more tolerable, and more entertaining. This would be great if it was a creative exercise of a first-year creative writing student that was never to be produced, just simply to, experience putting pen to paper. There's an interesting thought here, interesting thought there, but This Chitlin Circuit play, and I wouldn't even say that the church ladies would put up with this shit. This high school drama. Why do you think the audience is this uneducated, this uninspired, and this unaware? Why, Ty? Why? All right, well, this was a very interesting experiment for me because I've never done a video off script before, and I actually wrote out all the jokes and seeing if it's quicker to edit this way. So let me know if you liked it or if I seem different or whatnot. But I'll see you soon for the next episode.